In this lesson, you'll learn how to play Nobody Knows, using your choice of fingerpicking or strumming patterns, plus the beautiful fingerstyle intro. I'll be using my tenor with low G tuning throughout this lesson. Now, if you'd like to learn the fingerstyle intro, then you will want to use low G tuning. But otherwise, you can use either low or high G tuning for all of the patterns, and I will demonstrate how the fingerpicking patterns sound with both tunings. One of the great things about this song that makes it fairly easy to learn is that it only uses 4 chords. So let's begin by taking a look at how to form our chord shapes. Our first chord is C, 3rd fret of the 1st string, and here you may want to use your ring finger or your pinky. Next we have our F chord. For F we have our index finger on the 1st fret of the 2nd string and our middle finger on the 2nd fret of the 4th string. And then we have G. For G we have our index and middle fingers on the 2nd fret of strings 3 and 1 and our ring finger on the 3rd fret of the 2nd string. And then finally we have A minor. For A minor we have our middle finger on the 2nd fret of the 4th string. Now this chord shape makes it easy to go from A minor to F, leaving our middle finger in place and adding our index finger to the 2nd string. If you've been watching my lessons for a while, then welcome back. And if you're new here, then welcome. I'm Lara. I'm a musician and a composer, and I love to teach song tutorials and fingerstyle arrangements for all levels. Next we'll look at our fingerpicking version of the song. We're going to use 2 patterns. The first is for chords that are held for 4 beats, and the second pattern is for chords that are held for only 2 beats. So let's begin by looking at pattern 1, which is a Travis picking pattern. Our Travis picking pattern covers 4 beats, and here's how it sounds at a slow tempo on a C chord. The rhythm of this pattern is 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. We begin by picking strings 4 and 1 together with our thumb and middle finger. Then we'll pick string 3 with our thumb, string 2 with our index finger, back to string 4 with our thumb, then down to the 1st string with our middle finger, and we end this pattern on the 3rd string with our thumb. Now this fingering that I'm using on my picking hand is my favorite way to play this pattern. I find it most comfortable to alternate between strings 4 and 3 with my thumb. I want to give you 2 other options for your picking hand that you can try out to see what you prefer. Travis picking is named after Merle Travis, and he used to use his thumb and index finger. So to do this, we'll use our thumb on strings 4 and 3 and our index finger on strings 1 and 2. So here's how the full pattern would look. Now I know some of you prefer to use all 4 fingers on fingerpicking patterns. So to do this, we'll use our thumb on the 4th string, index finger on the 3rd string, middle finger on the 2nd string, and ring finger on the 1st string. You can try out all 3 options for picking this pattern and see what you like best. Now here's how this pattern sounds at a slightly faster tempo. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. If you're playing with high G tuning, then here's how the Travis picking pattern will sound at a slow tempo, still on a C chord. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and at a faster tempo, fingerpicking pattern covers only 2 beats. The rhythm here is 1, 2, 1, 2. To play this pattern, we'll start by picking the 4th string with our thumb, and then we'll pick strings 1, 2, and 3 together with our ring finger, middle finger, and index finger. So here's how this pattern sounds at a faster tempo. 1, 2, 1, 2. And here's how pattern 2 sounds with high G tuning. 1, 2, 1, 2. And at a faster tempo, 1, 2, 1, 2. To apply our fingerpicking patterns to the song, we'll use pattern 1, our Travis picking pattern, on the chords in standard font. These chords are held for 4 beats, and we'll use pattern 2 on the chords in bold. These chords are held for only 2 beats. As an example, let's look at how to play the first 2 lines of the verses. We begin on our C chord with pattern 1, and then we move to pattern 2, staying on our C chord, then to F, still on pattern 2, and then back to C with pattern 1, and then moving to pattern 2, staying on C, and then to G with pattern 2. In line 2, we go to our A minor chord with pattern 1, and then pattern 2 on A minor, then pattern 2 on F, then back to C with pattern 1, pattern 2 on C, and then we end line 2 on our G chord with pattern 2. Now let's count the rhythm of lines 1 and 2 at a slow tempo. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 1, 2. I want to give you another option, an easier alternative for the C and G chords that are in bold. So instead of playing pattern 2 on each of these chords, we can pick the open 3rd string for 2 beats, and then the 4th fret of the 4th string for 2 beats. This is what we play in measure 4 of the fingerstyle introduction that we'll get to in a later section. So here's how it looks to play lines 1 and 2, applying this option to the C and G chords at the end of line 1. For the remainder of the song, you can continue to apply pattern 1 to the chords in standard font and pattern 2 to the chords in bold, with the optional alternative to the C and G chords in bold. If you're enjoying this lesson, please show my channel some love by giving this video a thumbs up. It really does help to support my channel. If you'd like to download my song sheets, fingerstyle tabs, or songbooks, I have hundreds of downloads available on Patreon. The link is down below in the video description. Next, we'll look at our strumming version of the song. Just like our fingerpicking patterns, we're going to use 2 strumming patterns. The first for chords that are held for 4 beats, and the second for chords that are held for only 2 beats. Let's take a look at our first strumming pattern, played slowly on a C chord. Tempo. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, pattern is an easier pattern that covers only 2 beats, with a down strum on each beat. 1, 2, and at a faster tempo, 1, 2, 1, 2. To apply our strumming patterns to the song, just like our finger picking patterns, we'll use pattern 1 on the chords in standard font. These chords are held for 4 beats, and for the chords in bold, we'll use pattern 2. These chords are held for only 2 beats. So let's look at how to play the first 2 lines of the verses as an example. We start on our C chord with pattern 1, then we move to pattern 2 on C, then to F, then back to C, moving back to pattern 1, then pattern 2 on C, pattern 2 on G, then in line 2 we go to A minor with pattern 1, then pattern 2 staying on A minor, then moving to F, then back to C with pattern 1, then pattern 2 staying on C, and then we finish line 2 on our G chord with pattern 2. Now let's count the rhythm of these first 2 lines at a slow tempo. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 1, 2. Now I give you an easier option for the finger picking patterns, and I also want to give you an easier option for the strumming as well on pattern 2. So here, instead of playing 2 down strums, we can play only 1 down strum. This gives us a little bit more time for chord changes. So here's how it looks to play lines 1 and 2 of the verses using this easier option with only 1 down strum instead of 2 on the chords in bold. Song, you can continue to apply pattern 1 to the chords in standard font and pattern 2 to the chords in bold. Next, we'll walk through how to play the beautiful fingerstyle intro to this song. And again, you do want to use low G tuning for the intro. Now, if you're not yet familiar with how to read tablature, then see my video link above where I'll help you to get started reading tabs. Let's take a look at measure 1 at a slow tempo. We start this measure with a slide, with our ring finger on the 2nd fret of the 3rd string, and after we pick the string, we'll slide to the 4th fret. Then we'll place down our middle finger on the 3rd fret of the 2nd string, and next we have the open 3rd string, and we end this measure with a hammer-on from the open 2nd string to the 3rd fret using our ring finger. Now, if you're not yet comfortable with hammer-ons or pull-offs, then throughout this fingerstyle intro, as an alternative, you can pick each note. And now measure 2. We begin this measure with the open 2nd string, and then the same hammer-on that we played in measure 1. And now on the 2nd string, we have a hammer-on and pull-off. So we're going to pick the 2nd string, hammer onto the 1st fret with our index finger, and then pull off. And again, for an easier option in measure 2, you can pick each note. In measure 3, we're repeating our open 3rd string and hammer on the 2nd string twice. Then in measure 4, we'll play the open 3rd string and then the 4th fret of the 4th string. Now keep in mind that measure 4 is what we used as an alternative to our second fingerpicking pattern on our C and G chords in bold. And now measure 5. We ended measure 4 with our pinky on the 4th fret of the 4th string. And moving into measure 5, I like to use my middle finger on the 2nd fret of the 4th string because it frees up my ring finger to do the slide on the 3rd string that comes next. This is the same slide that we did at the beginning of measure 1. Then we'll pick the 3rd string to finish measure 5. And now measure 6. So we ended measure 5 with our ring finger on the 4th fret of the 3rd string. At the beginning of measure 6, we'll keep our ring finger in place and add our index finger to the 2nd fret of the 3rd string. So when we pick this string, we're going to pull off twice, first with our ring finger and then with our index finger to the open 3rd string. And then we end this measure with another pull off, placing our middle finger on the 2nd fret of the 4th string and pulling off to the open string. And now measures 7 and 8. Here we're starting with the open 4th string, open 3rd string, and then we're going to hammer onto the 1st fret of the 2nd string using our index finger, then back to the open 4th string, and then in measure 8, we'll pick the open strings 4, 3, and 2 together. Next up is our play along, where you can play and sing along with me for the entire song. Now I'm going to alternate between the fingerpicking and strumming patterns, but feel free to choose just one or the other. 5, 6, 7, 8.
Seems so easy till you try. Then the moments passed you by. Nobody knows how to say goodbye. Nobody knows how to get back home. We set out so long ago. Search the heavens and the earth below. Nobody knows how to
hope you've enjoyed learning all of these beautiful options to play Nobody Knows. Have fun practicing, and thanks for watching.